Hi everyone. It's really nice to see so many people waiting. Carter Mancy, Uncover the News, Greta, Patricia, Ray, Maureen Howe, hello, Sherry French. Thank you. I hope everyone's been having a nice enough weekend so far. Hey Georgie, haven't seen you for a little while. How's it going over in Queensland? Hi Kathy W. Wow. So as I said, that they would be, looking through video and everything. Lots of questions still to ask about what's going on. So I was just watching a thing about the future, for a short story on the future of Jared and Ivanka. And hi Helena Harrison. And there's rumour that she might be running against Marco Rubio in 2022. So I thought I'd see how that would go. Hi Linda B. James Lee, hello. Yeah. Also, will members of the House be indicted? If so, how many? They've already convened a grand jury. They did that a few days ago. Hi Ewart. Hi Laurie Sue. Hi Beatrice. How many? With those tours around the Capitol. Hi Susie Buckingham. Hi Kat M. It's so nice to see so many people hopping on to see me. Please remember, thumbs up. And if you're not in the comment, hello to you as well. Hi Dawn. Hi Dawn Amato. Oh, my nails have been suffering. I'm a nail biter. Anyway, also the My Pillow guy, he paid a visit. My Pillow guy and Mike Lindell or whatever his name is visited Trump, and some of his notes were captured. Is 45 going to try for martial law? Hi, be kind to all. Yes, Patricia Ray, it is I do know that the Australian Army has a lot of ex-Americans Army personnel in it, and apparently the American Army is basically the lowest paid of anywhere. The US Army, the US Defence Forces, the lowest paid of any of the defence forces around the world. Maybe not all of them, but you know, the Western ones. But also, if you take an oath to your country, and especially after you leave, if you're in good health, you're still a reservist for several years. You should respect that oath. And it's, you know, you can't expect autonomy over everything. Sometimes in the field, yeah, but Karen Hardage, yep, Hardage, you there? Cool. Okay. Anyway, let's get into it. I haven't read on Trump's energy for a while, so I think I'll do a reading. You know, stories are increasingly in isolated. Oh, another thing, when Azar resigned the other day, he admitted that there were no vaccination reserves. No reserves. Biden's got a plan to tackle that, but he can't really do anything for a few more days. No reserves of vaccine. They lied, basically. So I'll have a look at that. But yeah, let's have a look at what Trump's energy is all about at the moment. He's sitting there in the White House. Oh, here's my notebook. I put my notebook over here. And get the cards. So, somebody asked me to do a reading on Wilbur Ross the other day. Put that down. Okay. Now, they're talking about doing a split sessions in the Senate for the trial. Apparently that needs all 100 members of Senate to agree to that. Now, split sessions, say, morning they do confirmations, afternoon they do the trial. Now, it has been done before. They did it with Bill Clinton. Yeah. Hi, Susie Buckingham. Must have kissed and made up. Oh, I think there's talk of Alan Dershowitz coming in, but Alan Dershowitz has remained very quiet. So if not even Alan Dershowitz will stand up for him. Well, okay. Yeah, Cat M, I've got that down, martial law. Okay. God of the highest strength and compassion. Thank you for helping me again. The energy of Donald Trump. No, Georgie Moon. haven't been affected by the bushfires so far. I don't know what the say today, but yeah, I'd have to have a look at the DFIS to do that. Okay, what is Trump's energy at the moment? Two of Wands. All of my plans are falling apart. Everything he plans just doesn't come off. He comes up with one plan and it's dismissed, and he comes up with another. And those people are still around and willing to try and talk him down. And like, no, Mr. President, that's, you know. Oh, howling at the moon, just like raving. None of this was supposed to come out. None of this was supposed to come out. He's really scared. He's always prided himself on being able to look forward and read the situation, and now he can't. He's really being limited as to what he's being given. Information is being given. Nobody trusts him. He never saw any of this. All of this wasn't supposed to happen. They were supposed to succeed, and I was supposed to, you know, get in there. This is all unseen problems for him, and he's not handling it very well. He really saw it all going smoothly. He did not perceive any of what's happened since as happening. It's all unseen problems for him. And he's also got a lot of stuff that he is really, really anxious that they don't find out about. So if he's doing anything at all, it's trying to make sure that information about certain things is destroyed. But you know what? They've backed everything up that he'd done since pretty early on. Knight of Wands is his challenge. His challenge is not to blow a gasket. He is my way or the highway. But his challenge is also to get people, his challenge at the moment is to get people to go along with what he wants to do, because everyone's saying, no, sir, that cannot happen, sir. No, sir, no, sir. It's not going to happen, sir. Hi, Crazy Cat Lady. So his challenge is to get people who will blindly go along with what he says, and to, you know, yeah. So it's my way or the highway. So people are choosing the highway. So keeping people is also, people are choosing to leave rather than go along with what he wants to do. At the base of this is conflict. At the base of the string, of course, is the conflict that he caused, that he generated, that he incited, and that he is responsible for. And he really wants to keep it going. He really wants to keep it going. He wants to be able to rev up his followers. But his followers, they're not going to be allowed anywhere near the places. You know, like the national, they're not going to be allowed anywhere near it. And the ones who think that they've got all the right credentials, yes, I saw the very quick story about the man trying to get in with a fake pass and things like that. They're not going to be able to get anywhere near things. Past actions leading up to where it is. Well, He can't avoid this change. This is leading up. His past actions have led up to an area where, a time where he has to accept the change. He has to accept he cannot avoid it. He has to move on. But he can't do that. And he's not ever going to do that. In his mind, he's always going to be the president. So if he can get any platform to state his views on, he's going to do it. He will hold press conferences and this and that. He's going to do it. Oh, those people asking for pardons, will they get them? What I want to know is the people asking for pardons because they were there at the president's invitation. Will they testify? Because they're not going to get it. Will they testify against him? That's another question. What's above this reading? Yeah, he's repeating the same mistakes over and over. He should be moving on, but he can't. He's unable to move on. And honestly, he is scared. He's scared because he was hoping to be able to use another 4 years to get the money to pay off his debts that he's personally guaranteed. He was going to get the American people to pay those debts. And if you think any of the $200 million he's gathered together now is going to go to pay off those debts, going to use it to live off. Making the same mistakes over and over, the same pattern of behaviour. He's caught up in it, and it's going to have extremely destructive effects on him. In his immediate future, his energy with his immediate future. That's the devil reversed, by the way. So part of that is stopping making those mistakes, the need for him to stop repeating the same patterns of behaviour and to move on. It's the same with this one too. To accept and move on, that it's over. But he can't and he won't. Five of Swords. In the immediate future, there's going to be more cause for him to come out and say, I was wrong, I lost. And by doing that, he can help start the nation's healing, but he's not going to. There's going to be calls for him. But he's going to be, no. And in fact, anyone who suggests he do what Nixon does, they get a rocket out. I think anyone who suggests that, they're going to get, you're fired. The Hermit. Okay, in his environment, the Hermit reversed. Now, this is the Hermit this way. You're voluntarily going into isolation to the inner learning and inner reflection. This is being forced into isolation. He's feeling it more and more and more every hour, every half hour. He's feeling more and more isolated, and he feels like he's being forced into that isolation. Nobody's forcing him into that isolation. He's put himself there, but that's not the way he sees it, because he is one of those people who will always be the victim in his eyes. What do people see? They see someone who is mentally and emotionally unstable. So this is the King of Cups. You could say they see someone who wants to unseat Biden even before he's taken office, and that's true too. But he's so determined to do this even now. But he is really, really mentally and emotionally unstable, and getting to the point where he's probably a danger to himself and anyone around him. Hopes and fears. He is still hoping to stop the inauguration, to stop Biden becoming president, and he's fearing that he might not be able to. This is the hangman, a pause, a halt, suspension. He's still hoping. He's still hoping that, and of course, he's fearing that he can't. So, what are the outcomes with him at the moment with his energy? Financial loss, loss of autonomy, loss of position, loss of respect from people. He's barely going to be able to hang on to. He's going to have to try and hang on to his assets. Absolutely no hope of doing what he wants to do, and no hope of ever being in a position of power again. No hope of ever being that star that everyone looks up to, that brightest star in the sky that has the power and the most wattage and the most power to draw people. No hope of that ever being happening again. And the outcome, this is very interesting. This is the Seven of Swords reversed. Now, the Seven of Swords, of course, is sneaking away and getting away with theft and whatever other naughty things. Reversed, it is no hope of avoiding legal consequences for his actions. So I've done a cross based on the energy around him and with him, and yeah, he's still determined. He hasn't given up. He will not give up. He's planning his little ceremony so he can fly down to Florida on Air Force One and blah 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 and all that. I'm going to ask a question. I'll just put the cards at the top. Is he going to try and force Air Force One to fly to another country? Is he going to try and force Air Force One to fly to another country? Now, remember, you know, entertainment purposes only. What was the reason for bringing the caskets to the White House? I don't know about those. I can look at those, the caskets. Why caskets? I do know that people were walking out with stuffed birds and a bust of Abraham Lincoln. I don't remember the caskets, so is Trump going to try and force Air Force One to fly him to another country? This is a big, well, out there question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Lots of people have been reading that he's going to, you know, flee the country and go elsewhere. Sharing deals. Three of Cups, supportive people. Five of Swords, abusing his power position. The Devil. It'd be the Devil, like Queen of Wands, investigations, Queen of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, prosecution, the King of Swords, the prosecution, Eight of Cups, trying to walk away. Yeah, you know what? He might try and order them to fly him to a different country once he's in the air. Not so much hijack, but order them and expect them to do it. In that case, I would expect that they would just fly him around for a few hours till it passed 12 noon when he's no longer president, and then they'd put him in custody and fly it back. But yeah, definitely, I think there's a chance that he might do that. Not so much hijack it, but order them to fly him to a different country. No country wants him, that's true. Even though his mother's Scottish, so he could apply for Scottish citizenship, but I don't think he'd be granted it. What will be the first indictment to be unsealed for Trump? I think it's probably going to be the campaign finance fraud, where he's, what was it, co-conspirator 1 or something like that. Will the White House be a target? Add that down. Will the White House be a target in the future? Hi, Sharon Saib. Okay, let's get these cards together. Hi, Ronald. Hello, everyone else who's watching as well. Thank you very much for joining me. Okay, but first I want to read on something that is way more important than anything the Orange Terror. Now, then I'll go back to that. Now, Azar resigned. He's still going to be there till the 20th, but he has resigned as the COVID head person. And he admitted, even though last week he said there were reserves of the COVID vaccine, he admitted a day or so ago there are no reserves. So, and how hard is, okay, what is the first month of Biden's administration going to look like with regard to sorting out vaccinations. You're talking to Greta, you're talking to your older sister on the phone, you're texting. Is that the one you've been estranged from? Hi, Joan Morey. Hi, Cat M. Okay, so what is the first month of the Biden administration like with regard to COVID vaccines? Okay, what's on the bottom? King of Pentacles. Some form of stability reached and money and resources. There, money and resources thrown. Hi, Renee Rogers. The Wheel of Fortune. It's the center. I'm doing a cross here for the first month of the Biden administration with regard to COVID and vaccines, and a change for the better. What's the challenge going to be? Building up the strength of numbers and not taking a misstep that might set things backwards. So, you know, this reversed is self-sabotage or weakness, but this is a very strong card. So this isn't reversed. So no reversals in this deck. So the challenge is going to be keeping strong in the face of criticism and aren't doing things fast enough. These are both two major arcana, so big impact. So the challenge is going to be assuring people that they do have the strength of industry behind them, and that they do have the strength of numbers, and that they very soon will have, and that all that is going to be put to the fore with regard to vaccine monitoring, making, distribution, injections, delivery, and all that sort of stuff. Keeping people assured of that. That's going to be because people are going to be panicking every day that goes by and they don't see more vaccine. Well, it takes time. It takes a bit of time to implement those. So assuring people that, yes, they do have the strength to do it and it will get done. Now, I'm just looking at the first month, remember? At the base of this reading, this is the third major arcana. Okay, this is the Hermit. The base of this reading is the vaccines would basically put delivery and everything basically put into hibernation by the Trump administration by not ensuring that everything was there. So the base of this reading is that isolated pockets are getting more than others, and stuff and vaccines aren't being used. I've heard stories that there are vaccines that aren't being used, and some state governors are saying to hospitals, private hospitals especially, apparently they're stockpiling the vaccine and not vaccinating people. If you don't use it, you're going to lose it. So there is some trouble with people hogging it. And they were encouraged to by the Trump administration. However, we'll give you more. only use it on certain people, that sort of thing. So at the base of this is the isolation of the vaccine by the Trump administration, by not sending it out properly and not having reserves. They lied when they said they had reserves. There's nothing in the tank. So this is all like what's out there at the moment is what's out there. There's nothing new being manufactured at the moment. So, so the vaccine's in isolated pockets around the country now. And that's causing problems too, because it wasn't all sent where it's needed most. Some of it was sent where it wasn't needed at all, or only a fraction of what they got was needed. Past actions leading up, Knight of Cups. So, offers. All this past actions led up to Biden talking to manufacturing companies and things like that. They're going to be offering incentives to get people trained, to get more people employed, to do with the vaccine stuff. So there's going to be a lot of incentives there to do that. Because that's what he has to do. He will be doing the Defence Production Act, but there'll also be incentives. We will help you with wages and all that, and also to get people into some of these jobs. He said he's going to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour, which is something that was thrown around all through the last 4 years, but never happened, did it? So, over the reading, Six of Cups. Families, the next generation, and the need not to take a step backwards, concentrating on the next generation and families and providing jobs for the next generation as well, and providing training for a lot of these people, and in that's all tied up with getting the vaccine out and all that, and what they're going to do in the first month. There's worries too about the UK strain taking hold there. Oh, in the immediate future, so in the first couple of days, in the first week or so, he's going to find that Trump has tied a lot of things up. He's going to find some restrictions he wasn't aware of, and they're going to have to work through those pretty quickly. Okay, and in order to get things done. This is restrictions, the Eight of Swords restrictions. So he's going to find that Trump's left a few booby traps behind, and when they try to do this, they're going to have to sort this. When they try to do, they'll go through steps A and B, and when they get to step C, there's going to be, oh God, what's he done here? We're going to have to go back to B and untie a few things and stuff like that. Oh dear. In the environment for the month after the inauguration with regard to the COVID virus, there's going to be not a good, it's possibly a surge in numbers, definitely a tower event with it. It could be the UK strain or the South American strain, which I understand is pretty nasty as well. So that's not looking too good. So that's in the environment for the first month, which is not surprising. Look at this, restrictions. So there could be a real upsurge in cases, and that's not going to be their fault. So, but what are people seeing? People are seeing an administration that is going to be able to take on and tackle these problems as swiftly as possible. If they have to slow down for any reason, it's because they just have no choice but to do that. But they see an administration who is charging ahead with momentum and who are determined to get things on track as quickly as possible and push the momentum forward with regard to getting people vaccinated. And getting vaccine production increased, in getting people trained in delivery and distribution, manufacturing. Might sound horrible to say, but this virus is going to end up with a lot of jobs for several years for people. Hopes and fears. They hope they're going to be able to find a good balance. Within that first month, they're going to be able to find that balance that's going to set them off and running really well. The balance between manufacturing, distribution, and stuff. That's, I think, going to be one of the main things they're going to aim for during that first month. And also, the fear is that they're not going to be able to. That it's going to be an unfair imbalance. Things aren't going to go smoothly as they would like. There's a lot of major arcana here, so it's a lot of high impact, which makes sense. It's going to be their first month in power. Hello, Estelle Harrington. I am having a look at the Biden-Harris administration, their first month in tackling the COVID crisis. Hi, Wildheart. So they're hoping to be able to find that balance by the end of the first month, but they're fearing that it might take a bit longer than that. Major arcana also time-wise longer rather than shorter time, but that's about the outcomes for them. Four of Wands, there will be some minor victories there. There will be some minor victories. Judgment. What's the Judgment? Six of Pentacles, sharing and making deals. I'll say more on the Judgment at the moment, and justice. They're going to be justified in what they're doing. They're going to be justified in taking a course of action that they'll take. They're going to be making deals. Judgment is also about awakening things. So they're going to be successful in awakening things like manufacturers with the Defence Production Act and all that, and their judgment. The judgment is going to be deemed correct. So what they judge to do, they're going to be the best thing to do. They're going to be justified in making those judgments, and it's going to be fairly fluid, I think, as well. They're going to be quite fluid. They're going to have some minor victories and deals and sharing of information and deals. So look, coronavirus is not going to magically clear up, unfortunately, which you all know. You don't need me to tell that. But it looks like in that first month too, they could be hit hard with a surge or a wave of one of the new variants. but they're going to be able to get things up and running. They're going to be making some hard judgments, but they're going to be justified in making that, and they're going to make some. They're going to have some wins in that first month, and then from then on, well, I think those wins, because there were a lot of major arcana, which is longer term. I think they'll be able to take those wins further into the administration. You know, further along, those wins will basically help with creating a momentum. So, yeah, it's going to take some time, and there's going to be a few. I feel like the Senate and Congress might try and cause a few problems to the Republican side, of course. And Trump's left a few, what do they call them, Easter eggs or something? The problem is, Estelle, is that I would say that in any pandemic situation, there's always going to be numbers that just don't get counted because people don't report, don't present. I do know something about spatial epidemiology, which is the spatial spread of diseases, but with how they work. But I do feel that there's, especially if they're reportable diseases and all that, a lot of people just won't go. They're afraid of what they're going to be diagnosed with, and they'd rather just write it out and stuff like that. So there's a lot of people who just aren't fronting up to get tests and stuff, even if they're sick. Or they don't feel that they have, like, or where they are, they might go to get a test, and then when they say, well, this and this, they're told, well, no, that's not, go home. When I had the flu late last year, I didn't go and get tested, because to get tested you had to meet 3 or 4 different criteria, and I didn't. So going to get tested, I would have been sent home without getting tested, and that's oh, Renee, yeah. I think it's going to take a while for the US to get used to not having mad tweets come out every day. Are they going to restore daily White House briefings? Are they going to restore press briefings at the White House? Are they going to restore press briefings at the White House? Yes, new energy, new creativity. Definitely an abundance. They're going to be generous with the information. Eight of Cups. The Star, yes. The Nine of Pentacles, yes, new new positions, better positions. The Eight of Cups is basically the press corps, the press. They were abandoned by this administration. They were barely acknowledged after a while. And then all things were cancelled. And then Kayleigh McEnany, when she came out, she was rude and hostile. And yes, they are going to restore briefings, and they're going to make sure that the person has the information that they need. If they don't have that information, they're going to say they don't. There's going to be no more isolation of the press. And yes, they will aim for the truth. If they can't tell you all the full facts and cut through all the stuff, they will say that and say, we don't know the truth of this situation yet, or we don't know this yet, or we don't have all the facts, so we're not going to comment. They've got some very, very smart people in the positions. They've got very, very smart people in mind for the positions, very intellectual. Yeah. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana here. So the relationship with the press is going to be much more impactful and insightful, and it's going to be a big impact with the way they deal with the press, and it's for the good. It's much better. But the press too is going to have to show some patience, I think, because it is going to take them a lot of time to cut through all the crap that's been left behind. This is stuff that's been left behind. Stuff that's been left behind. That's what that is. Stuff that's been left behind that is they're going to have to work through. It's going to take a while to look. The press corps is not going to go into that press briefing room and immediately set up a happy, joy relationship with the White House. It's going to take time for both sides to regain the balance here. But there is hope for that. You can see the star. She's also got the 2 cups. Of helping to return things to balance and bring the press out of isolation where they were forced into. So yeah, that's that question. Hi, Wildheart. I don't know if I said hello before. Hi, GM Dave. And remember to, with your comments and everything, to be, respectful. I don't want to have to get videos taken down and everything. Also remember too that in the next few months there are going to be cases up, and even though it might be clear that things are one way, you have to remember the innocent until proven guilty mantra. Will Hawley and Cruz get their just desserts? Let's have a look at that, Canem. So, will Hawley and Cruz get their just desserts? Hi, Bonnie Russell. Hi, Jude Gerard. Nice to see you. Hi, Susie Buckingham. Haven't seen your name before. Welcome. You're in Missouri. Oh, oh, some cards flew out of the deck when I was shuffling them. So we'll go for that. And the question was, will Hawley and Cruz get their just desserts? The truth is going to come out about it. A change they can't avoid. This could be the death of their careers. Hanged man. Pause. Also sacrificial. King of Pentacles. Donors. Well, they've already lost donors, haven't they? And, you know, a lot of those Republicans. And with one of the bigger companies, any political donations, Republican or Democrat, have been paused for 6 months. So, you know, everyone suffered with their funding because of these guys. They will be out in the cold. Trust me, their fellow Republicans are not happy with the pause in funding from people. Yeah, they're definitely out in the cold. They'll definitely be primary if they don't get kicked out, which I think if they don't resign, Hawley at least could get expelled. They'll be primaried, and a lot of money is going to go behind their opponent. So I don't think Hawley's going to last long. Are they? Club of Growth. What are the Club of Growth? Let's see. What's their story? Club of Growth. I've never heard of them before, Dawn, but let's see. What's the Club of Growth about? Yeah, Ollie's lost his book deal. Club of Growth. What's their story? The World. Two of Cups. Partnerships. Six of Swords. Movement along. Transition into calmer waters. There's a problem with this Club of Growth, because if they're being backed by it, these billionaires aren't all American citizens. Ace of Pentacles. Knight of Wands. They're already under investigation. It's just not being. Seven of People. Yeah, they're being assessed. Six of Swords. They're making deals with these guys to help them through this troubled time, for them to help them, you know, sail into calmer waters, like with money, but they're already under investigation, assessment. I'll tell you what, things going to come out, that their association with this is not going to help them. This is the Seven of Pentacles, assessment, reap what you sow, weeds in the garden, basically. Five of Wands, yeah, there's definitely going to be some conflict about their any association they have with it, with this club of growth. The Page of Pentacles, they are definitely trying to get a foot on the rung of politics to try and influence policy, but not just American policy, but international policy. This is why it's more than just America, and that's going to cause problems. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, they feel they're pretty autonomous. They feel like they're sitting pretty, but the truth is going to come out about these guys, who they are. They're very patient. They're willing to wait and build up their strength with political people, make deals with Republicans and stuff. Their primary aim is to unseat Biden, get rid of Biden in the next election, or even beforehand if they can. So they're a nasty group of people, but they're not all American, and that is going to cause a few problems. Don't send comments, please. I don't, like I said. Now, there's going to come out that there's going to be international connections with them. So, yeah, campaign. Can anyone say campaign finance fraud? Seven of Wands. People are going to have to defend taking money from them. Okay. I did a reading on that a while ago, Renee Rogers, the 120 representatives who objected. Most of them will get either a warning or a sanction. But there are going to be some who are going to be facing deeper investigations. Okay, so I did a reading on that, and yeah, there's going to be, most of them are going to get a warning or a sanction, but there are going to be some who are going to be investigated a lot more deeply. I think they'll be whittled out. They'll either resign or not run the next time or be primaried. And, yeah. Boebert and Green. What is in the future for Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene? What's going to happen with them? So, yeah, I saw that some of them are going to end up charged with things and campaign finance and things like that. So every one of them, it wouldn't surprise me if every member of the House, Democrat and Republican, were all being scrutinised at the moment, and as it should be. You can't just say, oh, it's all on one side or whatever. You have to do a fair and balanced appraisal and assessment. You have to look at all of them. Boebert and Green. What's going to happen with that? 5 of Pentacles, out in the cold. Things are going to come to light about them, about their campaigns, possibly about their past. 8 of Pentacles. They're both new. They both have a lot to learn, but this is also details. Their campaigns are really being looked into. Their money. Knight of Swords, investigations into their money, yep. 3 of Cups, the Emperor. Their support for Trump, how far they went in their support for Trump. 7 of Cups, gaslighting, confusion. Strong cases against them. 7 of Swords. Strong cases, a lot of strong evidence about what they're trying to get away with. Hangman. Look, the Republican Party's going to throw them to the wolves. They're going to be found to be too much. I think if they don't get charged with something, the Republican Party is going to weed them out. Whatever form it takes. It could just be that the Republican Party splits and they go on the nutty half. Hi, Mistrium. Okay, still got lots of notes here to go through. Oh, will Ivanka run against Rubio in 2022, and will she win? What is Ivanka's chances of running against Rubio in 2022? Estelle, rock salt in the butt with the shotgun, hey? Hi, Edna May. Ivanka. What's her political future? The Hierophant. She's got court in front of her, but she does have, this also says political ambitions, but she's got a court. Oh, no. Her challenge is to be disassociated with what went on the 6th. the fact that she was in that video dancing away is not going to help. 9 of Swords, she's really, really anxious at the moment. There's going to be a lot of anxiety. The Chariot, 8, past actions leading up to a momentum movement. She's still hoping for victory. Yes, she's looking forward to victory. She still thinks she can get up there and win political seat. Strength over this card, strength over the 9 of Swords, and over the Tower moment. There's no reversals in this deck, but I feel like this should be reversed. Self-sabotage. She hasn't spoken out against, she hasn't done anything. The Devil, making the same mistakes over and over again in her about this in her environment. 2 of Cups, trying to make deals. People see the 8 of Pentacles. People see someone who yes, she does see herself as Daddy's little apprentice. So she's going to take over where Daddy left off. Hopes and fears. She hopes she's going to be the next shining star of the Republican Party, but she fears she's not. Outcomes for her. King of Swords, that's prosecution. 3 of Cups, support. 6 of Pentacles, support, shares, deals. Stuff's going to come out about deals, and stuff's going to come out about her support for her father, what she did. Ace, overwhelming emotions, blocked emotions. She's got a lot of major arcana here. So she's not going to go away quietly, but the impact on her life from this is going to be really, really strong, and she's not going to get the support in the end. She's starting out on a new journey. I'll pull out a couple more cards. 2 of Pentacles, but she's trying to manipulate and talk to people, but they just don't want to know. 9 of Pentacles. She really feels she's sitting in a good position to do that. And Queen of Pentacles, because they've got no worries with their money. Daddy might lose everything, but the Kushners got lots of money. So she really does see herself as being the next big thing in Republican politics. But that's not going to happen. Soon after she makes an attempt, the Devil. So she's going to put her hand up and she's going to attempt it, but yeah, it's not going to last very long. And she'll probably end up just sitting down there, you know, stating her opinion and stuff, being queen bee of her own little circle of right-wing Stepford wives. Yeah, he did. He said there was plenty in reserve and there were none in reserve. So Trump did lie, yes. Oh, she started using Kushner instead of Trump. Really? Matt Gaetz and Jim Jordan, hey? Let's see. Are they on the team? Okay, what will be the first indictment unsealed for Trump? Let's see. First indictment unsealed for Trump. She can change her name, but they're all going to know who she is and who her father was. And they're still going to call her Trump, no matter how much she tries to push the cushion apart. Okay. First indictment against Trump. Deals. Pushing an offer he doesn't want, they don't want. Apathy. Sitting pretty, somebody sitting pretty, someone. It's going to be the campaign finance fraud. So Cohen, you know, yep, it's going to be the campaign finance fraud. Cohen's going to be back. Individual one, wasn't it? Yeah. Heartbreak, cheating, stories about cheating. There's a real momentum to get that up and running. Because they have Cohen. They have Cohen's talk. And it's just going to be the tip of the iceberg, basically. Yeah, paying money, payments of money. Oh, he's going to cop it. Yeah, he'll be brought to justice over it. Campaign finance fraud, individual one. Okay, the children. Donald Trump Jr. flashed through my mind. The investigation into the Inauguration Fund and Ivanka's role in that, that's still ongoing. So they're not quite ready to bring all that up yet. So Donald Trump Jr., let's see if he's the next one up. Is Donald Trump Jr. going to be the first of the strumpets to be indicted? Okay, these two flipped over. Standing his ground, defending himself, standing his ground, sitting in the space of judgment. I'd say that's a possible yes. It's something he's not going to be able to avoid. Yeah, it's definitely going to be legal. It needs legal. Devil to pay. So we've got 3 no's, 3 yeses. Temperance. Investigation. Money. Deal, sharing of money. With the corporate family. Family corporation. This is family. He's out in the cold. He's gonna find it hard. Yeah, definitely. And it's got some major impact. He's got the devil here. He's got the death card here. He's got the judgment card. He's got the hope card and temperance card. But I do feel like, yeah, he's going to be the first one off. First one in the dock of the strumpets. He is holding out some hope that that's not going to happen, but he's in for a rough ride. Going to be out in the cold. It's like Daddy's going to help pay his legal bills. He's not going to be able to avoid it. Okay, what else is on the list? Will members of the House be indicted over 1/6? And if so, how many? You know, with all these people coming out and saying, look, we saw people being led on tours, and it's, you know, the Capitol isn't open for tours and stuff. There's questions. PayPal, it is footprinttarot@gmail.com. Yeah, it's footprinttarot@gmail.com. So that's my PayPal. You can do a donation if you've got PayPal. You can use it to do that. Hi, Anne Rudd. Are you comfortable? Cameo. Are you comfortable? Are you? Hey? Hey? Are you comfortable? Yeah? What? You don't like having tummy rub. Why do you present your tummy if you don't like having your tummy rubbed? Oh, you give mummy a kiss. Yes. I'll have to work around her. Will members of the House or members of Congress be charged or indicted over 1/6? There's definitely a tower there. Yes, yes, consequences. Yeah, they're celebrating now over what happened, but there's a tower coming for them. Actions have consequences. They really did abuse their positions of power, their positions. An end for them, end of a career, out in the cold. So far, there's cards. Yes. There might be some suspensions, but there's also going to be some, the ending of careers. Yeah, definitely, yeah. And then the second part of that question was, if so, how many? So let's see if we can hone in onto how many might end up that way. Yes, love Betty White, national treasure, you guys. You have there a national treasure. Let's all root for Betty to get to 100. How about we make that our energy for 2021? Get Betty to 100. How many? How many? It's not a number card. So I'll keep drawing till I get a number card. Nine, It's a 1 and a 10. It's 11 and 2. So this is a 9, but it's shown as a 10 take 1. I think, let's try it. Page of Cups, new people. Someone was rushed. 10, 5, 16, 1, 2. Between 2 and 7. Between 2 and 7. I think. So that's 10, 16, 1 plus 1 plus 6 is 7. So yeah, reducing the thing is to reduce it down to one number. So 1 plus 10 is 11 plus 2, because I'm using the, I think between 2 and 7. Will there be thousands? Oh yes, thousands of people are going to be looked at. There'll be hundreds of people charged. Night, Estelle. Hi, Clarence. Okay. The My Pillow guy. Is 45 going to try for martial law in a large-ditch effort? Are you comfy? Are you comfy? Hey, what? You can't see her, but she's definitely here. She's broad across the reading mat, so I've got to work on a little space about this wide. He's definitely going to try to institute some form of chaos. Possibly using the military. He's still talking to people about it. Queen of Cups. Trying to talk to Putin. No. The Fool. Yeah, he's definitely thinking about it. He's thinking it might put him back in the driver's seat, basically. He can't. He's up all night. He can't sleep. He wants to unseat. He still wants to unseat Biden. Oh, he does it, it will have sealed his fate. He won't get his nice big flight out on Air Force One if he does try it. In fact, he'll just be escorted from the White House into custody if he does. Don't be surprised if he does try. Yeah, he wants to renew his position as the king, but I think plans might come out. But he will have sealed his fate if he does try it. Now, I'm a bit reluctant to ask this question because you don't want to put that possibility out into the ether of, will there be pockets of violence on Inauguration Day? You've got to ask the question. No, they won't. Will there be pockets of violence in the US on Inauguration Day? There's some strategies being laid out by people to do so. They're still buying it. They're still not willing to, they're still in a state of delusion. Yes. And there's going to be some pretty bad consequences. It's not good. There could be some loss. Oh. There will be attempts to calm things down and keep a lid on things. But there's also going to be people in positions of power who are going to stoke this. They will be taken care of. They will be beaten down, or, you know, investigations are already underway and will continue to be underway. And they're going to put in a lot of resources to getting these people, but there could be some loss. It could be property, it could be other things. I don't like to bring up that, but please stay at home, watch it on the television. Don't go into your downtown areas if you're in any of the capitals for your state and stuff. Just, yeah. Is the White House being monitored? Is the White House being monitored? I got being swept every day. Being swept every day. Will the moron be? Okay, is the White House being monitored? Ten of Wands. Heavy burden there is exposure. It's being the Sun. High exposure, the High Priestess. Justice, yes, it's being swept every day. Every day they're on top of that. Petition. Yeah, they're being every day, and make no mistake, they will not allow Biden in there unless they're sure it's 100% safe. It's being swept every day, several times a day. Every time somebody comes in, gets swept. Every time they leave, it gets swept, you know. They're really clamping down on that. Yeah. Will the moron be out by Tuesday? You know, I've done readings of if you're going to leave in the next 5 days and there's possibilities, and yet I'll do that. But, you know, will Trump be out of the White House by Tuesday? Justice, Page of Wands, Three of Cups. There's support for removing him, and they feel like they'd be justified to remove him. Five of Pentacles, out in the cold. 10 of Cups, Republican Party. 7 of Wands, Trump standing his ground. 9 of Swords, plans. No, he's not going to be. That would be justified in forcibly removing him, but they're not going to. He's going to stand his ground. Yeah, he's not going to leave. Even if the Republican Party say, you know, you no longer have the support, blah blah blah. He'll still stand his ground and not go anywhere. He feels he's justified in staying where he is and throwing tantrums. And he's got support of the people, and he feels like, you know, even though he's out in the cold with everyone else, he's not going to go anywhere. Not willingly. Even if they come and say to him, you no longer have the support. If you do not resign, we will Mitch McConnell might even recall the Senate a day early. I'd say to Nancy Pelosi, send the articles over Sunday, you know. But I think he's gonna stay there till the bitter end, I think. I hope that's wrong, but if he does not go on Wednesday, as of 12 p.m. on Wednesday, he will no longer be president. He will be escorted out. That's how he'll go. But what will his energy be if that happens? If he decides not to go, he won't get his big show. He will, because he wants his big show of leaving on Air Force One and everything. Oh, sorry, Sandra Henderson. Yeah. What will happen if he does not go on Wednesday? He'll be escorted out, but let's see. If he decides he's going to stay, but he won't get his big show if he doesn't go. So, Wednesday. What is Trump going to do Wednesday? I'm the emperor. I will always be the emperor. He doesn't care that he's the most corrupt president ever. You've got nothing on me. You've got nothing on me. You can't expose anything about me. But he's also going to be in a deep depression, talking himself up. And another aspect, this is usually the card for circles of support, but another aspect of the Three of Cups is overindulgence. Knight of Cups. Just total Knight of Cups reversed. This is like, no. I'm the true knight. I'm the true leader. He's, yeah, you know, because for me the Knight of Cups is the false knight. Trump, he's like, no, I'm the real knight. Page of Swords. Disappointing news. He's going to be really disappointed. Six of Pentacles, shares, deals. Four of Cups reversed. He's not going to have any choice, and he knows it. All choices have been taken away from him. The Magician, he's not going to be able to pull off that last major miracle, even though he's made deals with somebody to do so. Yeah, if he doesn't go, he'll be escorted out, and he won't even get Marine 1. He'll be escorted out into a vehicle and taken to federal prison, I think. And I think he's been told that. I think they've got a warrant ready to go to serve him the minute he's no longer president. Have you finished? You've had your rest? Yeah? You've had your rest? What? Don't tell me talk to the tail. Oh. Oh, who funded the right wingers? Variety of people. Hi, Nancy Lee. I'll sort out a link to PayPal. Not sure what to do there, but I'll sort it out. So, yes, he does want a red carpet and a 21-gun salute. What was I going to ask? Oh, who funded the right wingers? Right. Someone who's in the shadows. Yeah, she is adorable. They're doing it through lawyers. Slow. They've been doing it, building it along, have been taking their time, funding it a little bit here, a little bit there. Ten of Wands reversed. They are staying in the shadows. They don't want it to be known because they don't want to have the burden of being known to have funded an insurrection, an attempted insurrection. Ace of Wands, they're keeping low profile, low key, low energy. They don't really say anything. They have their own plans for these people, what they want them to do. They feel that the democratic agenda will hold them back. It's things that they want to do. Strength. Oh, they are actually, they've really messed up here. This is weakness and self-sabotage, the Strength card reversed. They've really messed up and they haven't done themselves any favours to whoever they are. Justice. They feel like that they've been that justice hasn't been on their side whenever they've gone to fight for what they want or to get what they want. And I do feel like they feel it should just come easily to them. They want it, they get it. That's it. But no, other people, yeah, overflowing emotions. Yeah, they're people who, they want it, they get it. Oh, they act on their emotion, but they're coldly calculating. It's, they're people who play on other people's emotions. Oh, they are. It is going to come out. They will be exposed. It's going to be. They're going to feel like they're victims. They feel like they're victims, and they feel like they're being restricted in what they're allowed to do. Look, they know that Biden's going to repeal a lot of these tax breaks. They don't want that. They want to maintain the tax breaks. But they're being really, really unwise. Their plans and their agenda, there are other ways to get their agenda, and they went on the really, really stupid way. Oh, they feel like they're victims. Four of Pentacles, they are people who will do anything to hang on to their money. Anything. Any end justifies the mean. But they're having trouble manipulating people and keeping things balanced now. They put their hands, they've got paws in too many catnip bowls, if you know what I mean. Four of Cups. Yeah, they've done all this to avoid something they don't want, which is the tax cuts. This is the Four of Cups. An offer they don't want, the removal of the tax cuts, working on they don't want that. Five of Wands, they're willing to stoke conflict to get what they want. Like I said, Three of Wands. Well, actions have consequences, and they're going to start feeling the consequences. Oh. Some of these people, this is not that they're going to or anything, but they're going to suddenly find that everything they fought to hang on to is going to come tumbling down. These are people like the Mercers and the Coat. Mercers and Coat. I just feel like that's, for the Mercers and Coat, it's a bit too rough and ready for them. Yeah. Oh, they're gonna have to let go of things. They're gonna regret it. Yeah. Family legacies, corporations, everything that's gonna come tumbling down. Don't be surprised. Yeah, there's the exposure again. King of Pentacles, King of Cups, Biden administration. Some of them have overextended themselves with if those taken advantage of the tax cuts so much they've overextended, and new tax laws means they have to pay more. Their businesses are going to suffer, and so they should, especially if they had a hand in that. It's not every rich person. There are a lot of big companies and corporations who have said, yes, we'll pay, you know, but I think there are more that don't want to pay, that don't see why they should have to. Will Biden tax the churches as well? Will they? These people have overextended themselves, and they know that they don't. It's all about the money, the tax cuts to them. It's all about the tax cuts. Victory. He's going to make some critical changes with regard to churches and taxation. Biden. He's going to make some very critical, and there's going to be, yeah, especially evangelicals. You know, the guys who get up there and say, this is my ministry, and they get away with huge tax breaks. No, television ministries, no more tax breaks for them. Even churches themselves, there's going to be a review. Maybe some exemptions that they may have had. They may have gotten exemptions on land tax or whatever. That's all going to be. Yeah. Well, yes. Yeah, he's going to make some changes. Will Trump be convicted? Wrong deck. That's with the yes no's. I like to use a deck that has no reversals. So, will Trump be convicted? Will Trump be convicted? That's flipped out. That's a yes. 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 No, actor dude he's got pictures of himself with like Don Jr. and, you know. Yes. That's a no. Not going to be unanimous. It's a yes. Yes. He'll be out in the cold. No. There's going to be some who won't vote to convict him. There are some who won't know till the day. Yes. 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 He's going to be really disappointed. The other thing they'll do is vote on barring him from running for office ever again. So let's have a look at that. Will they bar Trump from running for office? That flew out. That might be that if he doesn't get convicted, that's something they're going to do to smooth the waters. Well, that's a maybe. No. Yes. Restriction. Maybe a yes. Another yes. But Wheel of Fortune. That's bound to happen. Yes. They have all the evidence they need to be able to do that. That's a maybe. That's a maybe. Yes. Embattled. Yes. Yes. Oh. Might even blow back onto his family as well. If they can be proven to have had advanced knowledge of what was going to happen, they might, get barred as well, like the Senate. Don't know. I don't know how that works, but there's definitely going to be more blowback on his family about it too, and on the Trump Corporation. Ties to Russia. Overflowing. Yeah, they're going to ban him. If they don't get the numbers to convict him, they will definitely ban him. But I think they're going to get the numbers to convict him, and they're going to tell him that. I'll double check. Will Lindsey Graham tell Trump that the numbers are there to impeach, to convict him? See, that's a maybe. Yes, Queen of Wands. Knight of Swords, yes. Knight of Wands, yes. Seven of Cups, he won't believe it. He will not believe it. He'll delude himself. King of Cups, that's a yes. He can't avoid it. It's something he's not going to be able to avoid. It's definitely going to bring an end to his political career. Hierophant Court. No, and it's going to lead to court. I think they're going to give him one more chance to resign, but he doesn't trust Pence to pardon him. To pardon him, but yeah. So that's why he won't. Well, he won't resign because, you know, he's going to try and pardon himself, but it won't hold up. It'll go immediately to the High Court, to the Supreme Court. Okay. Will all Trump's properties be seized? Deals he's made, that's yes. Ace of Cups, yes, and he will not be happy. Living at Mar-a-Lago is not going to happen, buddy. You might have to live in your daughter's basement. Queen of Wands, yes, there's going to be investigations. Be seized. Yes, that's a star. That's a yes. Yes, very strong case. 7 of Swords, theft. The moon stuff is going to be revealed. Justice. 5 of Wands, conflict. He's going to fight it, but yeah, it's going to stir up his supporters as well. But yeah, they're going to be seized and they're going to be justified in seizing them. Oh, will the Scottish government seize its golf course in Scotland? It's an interesting question. I'll ask that. Will the Scottish government seize his golf course? On their agenda. They don't want him there. Five of Wands. That was no. They're debating it. The Parliament is debating it whether to seize it or not. Oh, Trump's not going to be happy about that. Yeah, they have everything they need to do it. Page of Pentacles. They've got really good legal brains on it. 6 of Cups. 3 of Cups. There's a lot of support for it. Yeah, he owes some money and he's not. He's got debts from way back with Scottish, yeah, with this golf course and stuff. Yep. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up for today. Thank you for joining me. I'll be back again in a day or so. Might do another live tomorrow or tomorrow night. We'll see how I go. I'll be keeping an eye on the news and everything. And please, guys, take care of yourself. Stay safe, stay strong, stay loving, and yeah, don't go anywhere near those capitals unless you absolutely have to. And if you do have to, please don't go alone. Okay, bye-bye.